42. Episode 42 is brought to you by Aisha Inc.
Hey, Anomalies. This is Tasha. And episode 42 is being brought to you by All Things Boys.
And Dr. Johnson's Car Chronicles. Holistic Healing.
Oh, man.
Welcome to episode 42. Hey, Tasha. What's been going on? Hey, Dr. Tonya. What's been going on?
Dr. Tonya.
We're having a good time today.
Oh, man.
What's been going on, Dr. Tonya?
So, I have a granddaughter who is 12. Okay. And I was talking to her about how my Madill would say, words don't hurt as long as they don't touch you. But I explained to her, words do hurt. Definitely. I don't remember every fight I was in, every scratch I got from those fights, but I remember every word someone said to me, every crack, every joke, every insult. And I'm 50 plus. I remember. So I think we need to teach our children to be careful about the words that they choose to say to other folk. So that's where I'm at today. I'm zenning.
Okay. And you're about to be newly what?
I'm about to be newly single.
Tell us about that.
So I am 50 plus. I've been married 3 times. As long as I can remember, I've been somebody's fiance, wife, fiance, wife, fiance, wife. Like I never had a real single time. I may have acted like I was single and wasn't, but I never really quite have been single. So I was thinking, I have a lot of sorors, and most of the people I do talk to are my sorors. So I have a lot of sorors who are 40 plus. And I wanted to kind of talk about the difficulties or the joys of, starting over and being your new self and being single again. So they always say 40 and fabulous, and 40 is the new 30. But let me tell y'all something. 40 is not the new 30, and 40 ain't the new 50. 50 is 50, 40 is 40, 30 is 30. And the dating scene looks a lot different. There are many phases that sum up what it means to get older with style. But is there a phase for dating over 40? If practice makes perfect, then by the time that they're at 35 and older demographic, each and every dater should be savvy, a pro at it, gliding into the fulfilling partnerships, right? Not so much. Researchers argue in 2015 study that a racial gap in marriages emerged in the 1960s. I don't know why they went that far back. When Black marriages rates started to decline slowly first and steeply. Recent data suggests that at all ages, Black Americans have lower marriage rates than other racial and ethnic groups, based on the U.S. Census Bureau data from 2008 to 2012. Less than 2/3 of Black women were married by their early 40s, compared to 9 out of 5 of white women or Asian women or specific Islander women. More than 8 in the 10 Hispanic women. Now, what's your thoughts on that? Because everybody like to throw numbers around and put these numbers together.
Is this Black women married to Black men?
It's in general. It's just that it's not about who they married to. It's just the fact that they're not married.
So Black women not married, period.
Right. And then they broke it down for whites, Hispanics, Asian, and specific Islanders.
I don't believe none of that.
So that's what I was saying. Like, where did they get these numbers from? And because, I never answered the census. I don't know about y'all, stay out of my business. So where are they really getting these numbers from?
They get it from the census. That's where they get it from. But
they may not be good numbers. But
because people like you don't answer the census.
Hey. It ain't my business.
I answer the census.
Well, I don't. I will next time because they need to get these numbers together. So how do y'all feel about it though? Because you're single now with me, and you're married. Not with me, but I've been married like 1,000 times. But I don't know how to get back in the swing of things. I don't trust people. Online is sneaky. You know, I'm not talking. I don't know how to gauge if you're flirting or if you're just said being nice, being polite. You know what I mean?
I never know who's flirting.
I was about to say Tasha don't either.
Right. That's a little scary.
So what I'm gonna tell you is the one thing that once I decided to stop trying to control everything and just do what I like to do.
Yep.
That's when I begin to meet people, because you are operating in your authentic self when you're doing things that you like to do and that you enjoy doing, which means that 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to run into someone who is more likely more like you than you trying to force something with someone that you met online and it's just not meshing. Do stuff that you like to do. You like wine, go on a wine tour. Men are going on wine tours. They're doing things that they enjoy doing too. A sophisticated man is going to do things that he enjoys doing without having to do it with a whole bunch of other people. So if you're in that space of enjoying yourself and your time, your downtime, then you're more than likely going to run into other people and other groups of people who enjoy doing things like yourself. And don't force it. At this stage in your life, I think you're probably looking more for someone that you actually enjoy them and enjoy spending time with them. But yet you can enjoy yourself as well in your own space, and they're okay with it. And they have their own life because they've lived and they've done things and they're established. And you all can come together, enjoy your time together, and just be okay, that's all I got, because that was a monologue.
But it was good stuff. I haven't been a real single person. I can't remember when I was single. Probably in high school. Oh no. Then I had a couple boyfriends in high school, so I don't remember. Elementary? Nope. Soon as I said I could like a boy, he was my boyfriend. He gonna come to the house. We're gonna cope. We're gonna sit on the sofa. We're going to church. That was Medea's criteria. But yeah, I need to figure out what single look like for me too. I don't know what that looks like.
And only you can define that, and it's not going to happen overnight. I'm really snacking right now. Sorry. All on air too. Anomalies. I don't know. Okay. So only you know. And so you're going to have to experiment. There was a period where I felt like I had to go and do everything. Right? Why? And you start figuring out what it is that you actually really enjoy. Mm-hmm. Right? And so then you can scale back to the things that you really enjoy. Sprinkle some new things in as well for the new experience, right? But then you also make sure that you take that time for self,
right?
And regroup and zen, like you said you're doing today. You're zenning, so you need that. So I think I have my weekends pretty planned out on how I take care of me, right? And so I definitely have a weekend where I unplug, and it's all about me.
I like that. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I had a session. How much that cost?
I'll let you know. Okay. I'll invoice you. Check. Is you over there making sound effects, ma'am?
I'm laughing at Dr. Tonya.
Oh. I thought you had the sound effects machine and you was over there at the
time. So today I went to Brown Skin Brunch.
Oh. Okay, that sounds interesting.
So this is not the first time I've gone. The first time I went was last year in October. And it started off, I guess, with some ladies just getting together and going to brunch, and it spread out across the country. And it's just us getting together, going to brunch. They have ambassadors for each city. I'm pretty sure they got it in Dallas and Baltimore or wherever you
I saw it in Baltimore.
Yeah. And you have to get in there and RSVP, and then you go eat brunch or whatever they tell you where the restaurant is, and you just get there, and it's not like structured. You just there eating, talking, meeting new people. Cause y'all know I don't go outside, so this is my only time to talk to people. If I go outside, it's for AG's or Jaden. That's it.
Go to the doctor.
To the doctor.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
So this my time to get out and meet people around Jacksonville, and I just don't. I mean, they got to be brown. But anyway, it was a good time. I enjoyed the ladies. I met 2 ladies that are military, and they asked about AG's Eye, and I gave them the website. They asked about AG's Eye because I was talking about Shiro. Y'all know I got to talk about my Shiro. I got to talk about it. And they asked about AG's Eye because I was talking about Shiro. So yeah. And I had me a good long conversation with this lady named Miss Mary. She's like an older lady. I love her. She dressing so spiffy.
Spiffy, huh?
Honey, you Miss Mary.
Can you describe what Miss Mary had on? Can you describe
Miss Mary had on? Okay. Miss Mary had on. Usually she have on something that looked like, you know how Chanel suits look. Usually she have on something that looked like that. But today, everybody had to have on black and white. So she had on this long black and white dress, and she had like a leather belt tied around her waist. She always had her hair neatly in a bun, and it had a net around it to make sure that nothing comes out of place. And don't do Miss Mary, baby. She be popping, honey. She had on her black and white heels. Don't do her. Anyway, me and Miss Mary was having a long conversation about homeless women veterans, and she was like, after our conversation, she was like, I didn't know that, that women veterans had all of these issues, and I didn't know that it was like this bad, and I didn't know that the VA took so long to help people, and I didn't, she just didn't know, and I was like, yeah, it's a mess. And so it just let me know that what we do is important and is needed, and we need to get out there and talk more about it.
If we can, how we can create some more platforms so we can be able to give these folk this information that they didn't know. Yeah. And I'm glad that you were able to bend someone's ear, and I hope she gets the chance to bend someone's ear as well.
Yeah, and it just also made me more aware that I need to create the brand ambassador course for the sorors, because you got to be able to talk about it in order to get people on board. And if you can't talk about it and it can't flow out of your mouth, then how are you going to get somebody else on board to whatever it is that you, not just AG's Out, but anything that you're doing, like your business? Like, how are you going to get somebody on board with whatever it is that you're doing if you can't talk about it? You got to be a brand ambassador for even your personal brand yourself. If you can't tell people about yourself, then
it's almost like having an elevator speech ready that we tell our
it is an elevator pitch.
They got to be ready.
It's definitely an elevator pitch.
Already have it in your mind what these points that you need to touch base on. Yeah. I like the idea about the brand ambassador for AG's Eye. Like, I definitely think that's warranted and needed. Okay. I want to talk about the little girl. And I want to know if we can How can we reach out? Who do we talk to? Do we need to have a petition? What can we do to force their hand? Because they're not pressing charges at all.
So I'm not up on the current events on that case. Maybe I need to read it while y'all talking.
Break it down, Bina. Break it down.
So the federal prosecutor told the family of Shanquella Robinson, I think it was Wednesday, that the evidence that they have isn't enough for them to prosecute the people that are responsible for her death last year in Mexico.
Wait. They don't have enough evidence to prosecute the people that are responsible, but they know who the people are. Okay, go ahead.
The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle and Western Districts of North Carolina were the ones who said this. So it says, based on the results of the autopsy and after a careful deliberation and review of the investigative materials by both the U.S. Attorney's Office, federal prosecutors informed Ms. Robinson's family today that the available evidence does not support a federal prosecution. The U.S. Attorney's Office has said in a release Wednesday. A copy of Shanquella Robinson's death certificate obtained by CNN affiliate WBTV listed the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability or excessive movement in the uppermost neck vertebrae. The document stated that she was found unconscious in the living room of the Russell residence on October 29th. The death certificate classified Shanquella Robinson's death as accidental or violent, noting that the approximate time between injury and death was 15 minutes.
Wow. But they know who they are. They just don't have enough evidence.
I mean, they got a whole video. I don't know how much more evidence they need.
Mexico said they knew and it was going to charge this person responsible for her death, but they needed the United States to extradite them back to Mexico because Mexico can't come over here and get them. But America won't send them back over there. But she's dead. And I'm not understanding.
Okay.
Do we need to get one of the Kardashians to come do something? Does she need to talk to some people? Because it seems like when she talks to people, people listen.
So we want America to send the individual to Mexico so they can be prosecuted where the crime occurred.
Right. By Americans.
We know America is not going to do that because America thinks that they're better than Mexico. Now, if Mexico had somebody and they want them to be extradited, they would be trying to get them. But since Mexico wants an American extradited back to Mexico, they're like, nah, bro.
Well, so my hope was that America would then take over and press the charge, but that's not happening. So that's not going to happen.
Because they don't have it's where the crime occurred. What was the crime? Did they commit any crimes related to that in the U.S.? Like, did they bring evidence from Mexico back to the U.S. and destroy it? Like,
well, they went through her bag and took whatever they was going to take and gave her mother the rest of the stuff.
So who brought her bag back? The police brought her bag back?
One of them folks. One of them lying people. They broke her neck. They broke her neck.
That's stolen property of a deceased?
That's what I was thinking. That would be, yeah. But that's not enough. I mean, I don't.
It's something though. I mean, and I mean, you bring it back. Why did they bring her stuff back?
They told her mother that she had alcohol poisoning and she was too sick to fly back. So they They called her and told her that. And then they said, we're just going to bring you her things, bring you her suitcase.
So was she already dead or not?
Yeah.
And so the Mexican authorities allowed them to take her property?
Well, I think that they initially thought it was one thing. Then it was something else after they had left. So once they had left, they was trying to like, okay, she is dead. And now we need to figure out what happened.
That's the young lady that was, the video was them beating her up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that one of the people that was, they never said that the person was transgender. So one of the people that was beating on her was transgender. That's my question. So then that's a man.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, this is making my stomach hurt.
It says the U.S. officials told the family that the autopsy, which was completed after Shanquella Robinson's body had been embalmed and transported back to the U.S., revealed no spinal cord injury, but did show swelling on her brain, although the cause of death is still said to be undetermined, the attorney said. The attorney criticized what she considered a delay on the part of the U.S. investigating agency, saying they waited to investigate until after their own autopsy was conducted.
Right.
There was no swift action on this case. There was absolutely no urgency on the part of the U.S. authorities, Sue Ann Robinson added. If you wait till 5 months after someone committed a crime, they would have the opportunity and time and space to delete text messages if that's what they wanted to do, to talk to each other about the case, the attorney said.
It can be
recovered. They can't pull their records, though.
They had to get rid of that whole phone.
Yeah.
It don't matter they get rid of the phone or not.
They still got the number and they still got them.
Yeah, the phone company got all the records.
They would have to. Man, listen, I would love to see someone prosecuted for her death, her murder. Yeah. Because that's what should happen. And I don't think, but we all know the U.S. is a freaking bully. And they'll sit on this just to prove a point.
But one thing about murder, ain't no
statute of limitation.
No statute of limitations.
But the thing about this as well, I definitely being a little fire starter real quick, but if it was a white woman, do you think that there would be a hesitation to send that individual back to Mexico to be prosecuted?
They would have prosecuted that person here. They wouldn't, like, we got it. I was an American citizen. Mm-hmm. They would have done something immediately.
Just putting it out there. Just, putting it
That's
out
what
there.
The family plans to hold a march to the State Department headquarters, Washington, D.C. on May 19th, the 200 days since Shanquella Robinson's passing, according to the family's attorney. The message cannot be that U.S. citizens can go overseas and commit crimes against other U.S. citizens and come back and say that they're on base, that they're safe, that they are not going to be arrested, that there's going to be such a delay in the investigation that the evidence will have time to dissipate, she said.
It's hard for evidence to dissipate when it's on tape.
They're talking about the body.
Yeah, but after they embalmed it, but they can still see that her neck was injured. It was broken.
They're saying that they can't see any injury to her neck.
The first thing that you read, it said that she had excessive movement in her neck.
That was in Mexico. The U.S. said that they didn't see any injury.
Okay, well, so what Mexico doctor said don't count?
Well, yes, because the U.S. is writing their own narrative.
Right. What Mexico doctor says does count because they were right then and there. the U.S. got her body after it was embalmed and sitting and all that other kind of stuff. Like they said, they saw injury to her brain, but they didn't see injury to her neck. I don't know what happens when a body gets embalmed, but
I think that is that is them writing their own story.
right.
Because if you can't justify a murder charge, then why are we extraditing someone? So if we change the narrative, no, it's not a homicide, it doesn't look like a homicide, then we don't have to send him back because we don't believe that there was a crime here. I mean, outside of them beating her to, yeah, okay. But this is the monster that we deal with daily.
That they don't care nothing about black women and black babies.
We have black women and black babies go missing all the time, and right now there's a whole freaking vigil over. Babies get people's attention all the time, but it's like at the end of the day, this is something that happens regularly.
Yeah,
and
because I scroll through my Facebook every whatever. And here lately, I've been seeing a lot of children missing. I feel like every hour I'm reposting a child that's missing. And I don't know if it's because my algorithm has been picking it up or what, but I'm like, why are all these children coming up missing? Teenagers, adolescents, toddlers, like all of these children are coming up missing. I feel like I'm always reposting like child missing, child missing, child missing. The little boy, his daddy killed the mom and then killed him and threw him in the lake, and they found his body in an alligator's mouth.
Oh,
that's the little I don't want to say the Mexican.
Yeah.
They're Hispanic though. Like Alvarado or something is the name. Alvarez or something. Little bitty thing. The picture that they keep
I say this.
His body was whole though. The alligator didn't eat him up.
Yeah, right? That's because God wants somebody to find that baby. So they've been stealing babies and killing babies for a long time. This ain't nothing new. Only thing new is the damn internet.
Mm-hmm.
They was putting them on. Remember, I don't know about y'all. Let me take y'all back for a minute. Remember, they was putting us on the milk card.
Mm-hmm.
Them babies is missing. They trying to find their babies, so they figure kids eat cereal. We're gonna put them on the milk card. They was trying everything they can try to put some kind of light on our babies are being taken. But a lot of times too, my sisters, it ain't always a stranger that's taking these babies.
Oh, that's true.
And they selling the children. They selling the babies. They selling these little girls. They selling these little boys. They get caught up in the sex traffic too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, when I got your grandbabies, great grands, nieces, nephews with me, my head be like this, on swivel. But hey, what you doing? Come here. I be holding Moo hand. She's 12. I don't care. You ain't going missing on my watch. Because your grandmama is going to start running people's cars over. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
I heard that.
And she be like, grandma, nothing. You better hope I don't have. Remember I used to have the daycare? And that's to carry all them babies with me, Bina? And that's to have their little arm things. I used to have the arm things on them. Like 3 on one arm, 3 on the other arm. We finna hang out, but I need to know where you at. I need to keep it with somebody's child. You can say what you want to say. I'm telling you, they've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
A long time. And I was saying I think you ain't been, I think, that the most unprotected, it don't even matter her creed, her color, her nothing. It's a woman and a child.
Mm.
Men thought of us as property.
Absolutely.
And they can do what they want, when they want, how they want. That's that dowry thing they had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I did a paper in my undergrad that it was a rule called rule of thumb. The man had permission to beat his woman, or his wife, with a stick, no thicker than his thumb. Who came up with that? What kind of dumb mess is that? Just like the situation with the dowry. And they just don't value us. Nope. We have to value ourselves. We have to come up with a plan to have the Black Girl Magic movement, or the playground you talked about, the luncheon you talked about. Yeah, both of y'all my sorors and my friend. But you know, we have to constantly reinforce ourselves. Like Mumu got her award today. You saw it online, right? Mm-hmm. With the Rosebuds. Mumu is y'all know how Mumu look. I don't have to say. But when she walked up, she had her head down. Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm saying lift your head up. I'm saying it out loud. We're not gonna whisper about it. Every woman in that room touched her.
Lift your head up.
They came to her later, like, you're so beautiful, you this, you that, giving her reinforcement,
building her up,
who she is. But grandma give it to her every day, but I'm just her grandma. I'm gonna give it to her anyway. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So Lord have mercy, we value each other. We make avenues and alleys where we are valued. We have to keep doing that, because I'm telling you, Jesus.
And that's why we have the Anomalous Black Women Podcast.
Thank you for my invite. I'm so happy.
That's why we created this safe space for Black women to be able to uplift one another, to talk about the things that we need to talk about.
We need to talk about.
Yes. Right on time. Oh, man. That's beautiful, though. I love to see it, and especially from seasoned women to pour into our young, women that need it, because there's so much out there that's telling them who they should be, and what they should be, and how they should be it, and when they should be it. And it's like, give me a freaking break. Like, let these children be. I was talking to someone the other day about, our kids. We've come to a place where we have put labels on everything, right?
Yeah,
that and part. So you remember not being made to feel like you're confined to the space of this one little box, right? And so our kids are now being told that there's this category and this category, and you have these illnesses and these things and this and this and this. And it's like, you're putting all this information out here, and our kids feel the need to find a place to fit in, to find a label to put on themselves, to be something. Because in your adolescence, you don't know what the hell. But it was nice to have that space to kind of fill it out without having to simultaneously find your place already. It's like they're forcing them to figure out who they are as teenagers.
And apparently they're doing younger than teens.
Well, yeah.
That part. But the parents need to stand up. The parents need to stand up and protect your child. And let a child be a child, like you're saying. And what is all this other worldly stuff? And I'm having a conversation with, and then she was 10 or 11. I was like, how'd she know that? Where'd that come from? I don't talk like that. I don't think like that. But they're getting it from school, like you said. So, I don't know.
Just let
God gave me 3 girls. God gave me 3 girls. And I thought he was trying to cuss me out. Like, but he gave me power. You know what I'm saying? He gave me power. He gave me an ability to build that legacy, whichever way they want to go. However, I don't think about it as a curse, but at first I was like, Lord God, 3 girls?
3 girls.
3 girls. Bina got 3 boys. 3 girls.
And that is, you know what? The opposite. It's literally, Bina with 3 boys, Tasha in the middle with none, Tonya down here with 3 girls. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane.
It is weird. Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's
parents.
beautiful.
I try to give my boys a space to just be who they want to be and figure it out. I don't think that parents. I think they put too much pressure on their kids to be who they want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
We try to get them to live vicariously through our children, and that's not going to work. And I agree with you, soror. I mean, sister. I mean, friend.
Yeah, and so
Yep, I agree with that.
TJ used to be like, "Mom, you in school again?" Yeah, I am, but I ain't trying to make you do what I'm doing. This is what I want to do because I like to do this, but I want you to do what it is that you want to do, long as you ain't getting in trouble. That didn't work for TJ, but yeah. Jaden, he's into basketball. Brendan, I don't know. I ain't talking about him today. But
Right.
Yeah, you had to give your kids the space to just be who they're gonna be. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna make their own choices.
They sure are. Well, that's another. Can we have that on another podcast? I got a whole list of things I need to say about that right there. That don't even make no sense. Ooh, Lord.
Okay. We can definitely have that conversation.
Yes. And on that note,
I'm pretty sure that some topic in the news will take us there.
Right.
I'm more than sure.
You're right.
All right. Well, let's end on that note.
We're gonna end on that note.
Yep.
That's a good note.
All righty then. I agree. That's a good note. I wish you ladies a productive and powerfully pleasant week.
I'm gonna accept that. I need all that. I'm bringing it all in.
I just had to think of some more P words to throw out there. Yes, okay. Because that's gonna lead you to your poised space. So,
yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Look at you.
All right, Professor Poised. P popping on the handstand. All right. This is the conclusion of episode 42. This is our Shanquella Robinson episode. 42.
Okay.
Yeah. Tracking.
Okay. Just so y'all tracking, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Catch us on all social media. Anomalous Black Women. We're on your favorite podcast channel, Anomalous Black Women. All of our social media will be in the box below. You can catch Dr. Johnson and Dr. Johnson's Car Chronicles. It'll be in the box below. And Tasha, you got anything?
Hey, no, I'm not doing anything right now.
Oh, you can go. I'll put my information in the box below, but you can buy a domain. If you got a website coming up, you can find a job, all that good stuff on my website. I'll put my bio link in the box below. All right, y'all have a good day, good week. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Peace.